Hey, hey everyone! Can you believe it's almost time for our first live lesson? Woo! I wanted to give you a important announcement on what to bring to your first live lesson and to every live lesson from here on out. And that is going to be your art journal. You will want something like this with white unlined paper for every live lesson. We'll be taking our notes, doing practices, doing little mini art projects. You can also use this for your projects in Connexus, but yes, you will want one of these at every live lesson. And if you're watching the recording, you'll want it beside you while you're watching the recording as well. Okay, you will also need a pencil. Just one is fine. Any type of pencil. Number 2 is good. I like to have a variety of different types, but just a number 2 pencil will work, and an eraser with you at every single live lesson as well. And then another thing I like to encourage, even though we may not use it every live lesson, I'll always give you some options to use it, but some sort of colors. I've been really into these twistable colored pencils because I don't have to have a sharpener, but colored pencils, markers, if you like to use colored pen. I really like colored pencils the best because you can blend with them, but really adding color is up to you and how you want to add that color. So bring something to add color with. And then for this next live lesson, I really want you guys to have a permanent marker. It can be a thin one or it can be a thick permanent marker. It can be any color you want. I like black, but you can use a different color if you would like. But bring a permanent marker for this first live lesson, and I will always let you guys know ahead of time what to bring, or when you first log in what supplies we're going to use for that day. So I'm going to switch views really quick and talk about what we're going to do for this first live lesson. For our first live lesson art project, we are going to be talking about our About Me art journal project. And so like I said before, each live lesson we will have an art journal project and many practices and things like that. But this is one project that we're going to start on our first live lesson, and we're going to do a little piece of it each live lesson. So we have about 15 live lessons. So what you're going to want to do is take your first page or second page of your art journal, and you're going to want to create 15 spaces. And I will show you a couple of examples on how to do this. You can get as creative as you want with this, but you want 15 different spaces, and we're going to use one space per live lesson. And we're going to have a fun little get to know me activity each one. This first one is going to be our name. You will have time to set up your journal in live lesson that first time and to do your name, and we'll show those off on the webcam and have a lot of fun with it. But they'll be either done during the warm-up or the cool-down of each live lesson, and this is going to be a really fun way to get to know each other all semester long. So if you want to set up your 15 squares or 15 shapes, whatever you want to do, before we meet in our first live lesson, you absolutely can. So this is what I did for mine. I'm going to switch views again and show you a couple other examples. All right, so I just wanted to really quickly show you a few other examples. This is a simple grid. You can absolutely do that if you want, or you can get a little bit more creative. Here's one with a circle with a bunch of different circles inside. Anything that's like negative space, you would just fill that in with a solid color. Same thing here, just getting a little bit more creative with those lines, having 15 different spaces. And here's another example where you get really crazy. This one's a little bit harder to count, but just remember, if you go over 15 spaces, you can fill in some of those spaces with a solid color. But really, that's it. Oh, one more. Here are some shapes that you can do. You can get as creative with this as you want, and I'm excited to see what you guys come up with.